All right, welcome to the cast commentary. We've got almost everybody in this call, so it's going to be kind of nuts. This is Spoonie, of course, and with me here is Lindsay Ellis. Say hello. We got Lisa Hansen.
Hello.
We got Juwario.
Hey, everybody.
We got the G Laser cameraman.
Hey, how's it going? What's going on?
We got the dude in the suede, all the way from New Zealand.
Hooray! It is so early.
It's like noon here. We got Linkara.
Yo.
We got Film Brian.
Hello.
We got Bennett the
Isn't
Sage.
that smashing?
No, you don't.
And rounding out the cast, we got the sexiest voice in the room, the cinema snob Brad Jones.
I just got up. And it's 1:45 in the afternoon.
Not unlike Suede.
All right.
Bad.
So this may turn into a clusterfuck. I don't know, but I'm going to try to moderate things. I think the first thing I'd like to mention, you can see right here with the wind blowing in Orlando's hair, is that the weather did not cooperate during this shoot.
No.
We shot it in April, and what is it? The April what? Bring me flowers.
April showers.
Windstorm. Exactly.
Hurricane force gale wind.
Yeah, so that was fun. Not good for sound, but we got her done. With time
I
to
could have
spare.
sworn there were tornadoes in the script.
The thing that I realized about this opening, and I saw it during the there are only I have very few complaints with this production because I love this movie. I love how everything turned out. But this opening sequence is a bit of a mood whiplash with how people would normally expect our stuff to be. It's very non-comedic.
Well, I think
And boring.
I think that kind of sets up the threat that Malachite is. I mean, if it built it up towards the end, it's like, okay, this guy doesn't fuck around. I mean, all these 20 jackasses are just like, and there's this one guy who says, "I will destroy everything I see," and I think it was integral that the opening kind of sets up that threat.
Well, yeah,
Don't get me
Can
wrong,
we
it's
talk
a good
about him?
opening. It's a good opening. The thing is that if without the credits separating it with the Joe bit, it would just be like we go from gory head explosion to bam, Joe is happy and walking down the street.
I think that's great, actually.
Yeah,
I actually thought that
already.
was pretty great.
It raises the
I
stakes
think-
from the previous special, because the previous special, there wasn't really anything at stake when you think about it, whereas this time it establishes very early on that there are stakes being raised, and there is very real
Yeah.
danger.
exactly. And I think Doug really wanted to do that. I actually think he wanted to tell a story about us, in a way, kind of growing as characters, whereas Kick-Assia, I like Kick-Assia, but that was really just kind of a Looney Tunes cartoon for like an hour and a half. Where... No, it really is, because I think I think it said his inspiration for Kick-Assia was very much an homage to I think either Daffy Duck or Bugs Bunny, kind of doing something similar, where he just kind of walks up to this guy's house and goes, "Yeah, we're moving in," and that's essentially what that is. And so that really just is just doing cartoon violence to each other for the entire running time. Here, he actually wanted to put something on the line here. To where we kind of have to overcome and struggle against something, and it is goofy as all hell, but with the loss of Mati and the real stakes here, there is something dramatic. There is an arc here.
No, wait. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I think we need to have a moment
Is that
for
Fellus's work? I believe that's
Jim.
Oh my
Fellus's work.
god! What movie
That
is
was,
Moment of
this?
silence for Bill.
that was
Or it's either that or
Jim,
Fellus.
who
Jim
was,
Troken.
Doug's roommate, and being a very good sport, said that he was really not feeling well that day. But Jim's a great guy. I love that
Yeah,
guy.
I love that he plays like a kind of a doofy guy, and he's in reality like a freaking genius.
Yeah, he's like
a scientist, man. He's
Yeah,
a
he's-
scientist.
that got roped into being a stoner for one morning.
Back off.
I kind of like the fact that he was trying to channel 90s kid there.
Yeah.
That hat is awesome.
Those effects
We
are
shall celebrate his passing with a one-liner. I guess he's playing
Oh,
the
it's the
bill.
Doctor Who theme crap.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Oh, is this Andrew Dickman? No, that can't be
there's-
No,
Andrew
this is
Dickman. Who did
this
the
is CR Chad Rocco, who also does reviews for the site, though because of personal stuff, he hasn't been releasing as much content lately.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know who did this theme. Was this?
Why does Brad have water?
Crystal Pepsi.
Oh.
It's Crystal Pepsi. Thank you very much.
The music is
Who's the guy who
sketched, by
did
the
this
way.
theme? I'm sorry.
Not
guys.
related.
Sketch did.
Yep.
I honestly hear some Skyrim.
I get it. Well, at least I got the pun. Bourbon. Oh, what was that?
Sorry
Oh
about
my
that.
goodness.
That wasn't me, but I don't know who did that. Suburban Nights was actually. I think we heard that title just about the week before this came out because this movie had like 3 working titles.
Yes.
Yeah.
The original title, Flights of Fantasy, then Dungeons and Critics, which is my favorite title of the 3, and then
No,
finally.
This one works. This one works.
Oh, it
It
works.
has like a double meaning.
I think they spelled Carmichael wrong.
Dungeons and Critics had no it had no dungeons. It wasn't a D&D parody. It just didn't work.
Justin, did they misspell your last name?
No, actually, they got it absolutely correct. I spell my name weird. It's Carmical.
Well, there you go. I think we all
I
pitched
will
a... Sorry, go
I
ahead.
noticed that Todd's last name is Andrewson, so I don't know where that came from.
Nathanson?
Nathanson is what Todd's last name is.
He said Todd's last name was Nathanson. Or Anderson.
Nathanson, sorry.
Yeah, Nathanson.
Whoops, crap, sorry. I'll just shut up now.
What's badass about the
As
Joker
well
is
you
that-
should.
Matthew, what were you saying?
The and Orlando. The and Orlando credit. I thought that was badass when I first saw it. It sums up perfectly. He has his own special credits there.
Okay,
Joe
first,
does have great
this
shoelaces.
was the first day of shooting when ironically the weather was cooperating.
Everything inside.
And of course the weather was good, so we shot inside all day.
Hi,
Yep.
Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Yo, man.
What's with
Cameo.
that guy? I don't know.
And cameo done.
Oh, Joe's so happy. He gets a free car.
This
He's
might have
not
actually,
angry, Joe.
when he comes in here, this might actually be the first shot when Joe pretty much single-handedly destroyed his voice.
Yeah.
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 I can
yeah.
imagine.
Like
How many
Takes
takes?
of that no thing.
He must have done 4 or 5 takes of this, just like this.
I just love the fact that there's so many people standing around, yet there's an open space on the couch.
It's because nobody likes Lupa.
There's Lindsay down there drinking her coffee.
Yeah, that's like my little running joke throughout all of these. My own little personal running joke. I'm always texting and I'm always drinking coffee.
That's normal.
That's pretty much what I do.
It's gaff tape on cassette tape.
I'm always on heroin.
I'm the Nostalgia Critic, and I still view things on VHS tape.
Now, this take we actually had to take a couple of times because we figured out a way to do it.
God, the
But
face.
unfortunately, Todd, they didn't get the shot incorrectly, and Todd was bringing the gun down a little too low. So unfortunately, that's he wanted me to do it in one breath, but it kind of changed.
Yeah, someone has
Matthew,
changed
that
that bit
face
into a
of yours.
staring contest. Someone has changed that bit on YouTube. If you look for it, there's a staring contest now between me and Lupa.
Oh, that's hilarious.
There was a cut line from the first draft of the script, which actually directly had Joe talking about this is man, he keeps doing this. See, this is like first he had that stupid brawl, and then we tried to invade Kikassia. It's just a big nightmare.
Oh, here's the Oscar moment.
That was a weird thing about this script and just the shooters. Like there was just so much hate. It's like we hate each other so much. Why are we here?
Yeah, well, we outright loathe each other in this movie.
It's not even that we all are together and loathe him. No, we all loathe each other.
That's
It's
because
like-
we all
it's
hate
a-
each other in real life.
That's right.
You
Shut
know
up.
what I think? Where I
Oh
think that
God,
comes from.
especially you and Colin here. Oh God.
Colin?
I believe it's
Yeah.
Luke.
Oh no, sorry. I'm calling my dad's name. Luke.
Admittedly, Colin is a badass person, but I've never met him. Yeah, me and Luke. Good
You-
times.
Luke will hunt you down in your sleep now.
Oh God. I'm so sorry. If Luke,
Luke
if you're
will
listening to this, I'm so
this other
sorry.
chat.
So sorry. You are not your father. I'm so sorry.
And they had you.
It's okay. I mispronounced Todd's last name. It's okay.
Forgot. Oh, that's cool.
Everyone knows how to cuss Harry
Oh,
Stewart.
Ben's Grant.
Oh, yes.
Best shot in the movie. We peaked 10 minutes in.
What the
It's all
hell
down
is
here.
he doing down there?
Now,
I had to hold my mouth because I'm actually really, really ticklish down there, so I had to hold
I
my
didn't like
mouth and keep from laughing.
Now
Now,
you
remember
girls
because he
know.
wasn't in the shot
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, Benji wasn't in the shot before the group shot, so he had to be inserted at the last moment. So it's just, oh, why don't we just have him pop out of Brad's crotch? It's like, yeah, let's just do that.
Of course,
Seems
as usual.
realistic. Yeah.
Now,
See, the
going
modern-
back to what you were asking about how we were, hey Holly, about how we all hate each other. I think that goes back to the entire idea of the caustic critic, that we view so much horrible material all the time that we've just become so jaded in life that we hate other people.
Yeah,
I think that's just Doug's writing style. Doug thinks hate is funny.
No, it does make sense though, because I think most of our characters are relatively embittered and hate people.
No,
I'm not.
fair. It's like there are sort of continuities going on that are sort of ignored, like Todd and Lupa's love story, and how. Well, I guess we touched on Ben and Swade hating each other, but that was like
Oh, it was one line,
years ago.
man.
Man. Hey, at least you got a line.
But even Linkara kind of comes uncoiled on Joe and Kick-Assia, where Joe's like, "Wait, you don't like me?"
And yet then I call him to help me out to fight against Lord Vice in my storylines.
Well, if you think about it, if you try to tie in all bits of continuity, all 20 different continuities together, I mean, if you thought the Amalgam universe was bad,
Oh yeah, well that really fucked things up. I hate to keep going back to Kick-Assia, but Dr. Insano, I mean, the continuity there is just all over the place. It's like, wait, Spoonie turns into Dr. Insano like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and I was like, just roll with it.
I like
this
the
is
idea- I like the idea that there is-
think of these as Elseworld tales. Right? It has its own continuity.
I just kind of laugh. You're trying to find continuity in my reviews. That's cute.
Not for me.
Yeah.
I like that since I'm the comic book
Oh,
guy.
bamf! I'm here.
In our continuity, he's dead.
The stars arrived.
He didn't even yell
Where's my-
or
I feel like
or
my money
anything, or
shot
say he had a freak out.
the troll.
Euclidean geometry is for dorks.
It's ironic, the guy with the least amount of continuity, i.e. me, is the one who's most changed in these specials.
My
That's a good point,
continuity
Matt.
is that I don't have any continuity.
Call you the show stealer.
One thing I think's worth mentioning is the setup for the story is pretty much identical to Mazes and Monsters, which is a review I did.
That's why he had you say that line. That is bullshit. You know, and that dog whistle voice you had there.
Oh, that is bullshit. Yeah, I added in the bits about magic because for me, as the comic book guy, I'm all
there it
about
is.
the continuity and crap.
Hello,
So-
cleavage.
I like how the V-neck adds like an arrow pointing downwards towards your breast. So it's
Well,
like,
that is
be sure to look
fine.
down here.
But that said, it didn't even occur. I think it's just like everyone noticed the cleavage. Nobody noticed the horrible stain on the shirt.
Yeah, Lindsay, I did read. I was
Priorities,
reading
girl.
the comments.
Priorities.
I was reading the comments, and there's one guy who was like, I like the movie so far, but I can't watch it. I'm really distracted by Lindsay's cleavage. It's just like-
And this should be said like I can't respect this
Nitpicking. You're
because
reviewing
that's
it.
stain.
It didn't even receive a credit.
I know.
Boob one, boob two.
Lefty and righty.
And then fast.
I just realized I look really beat in that scene. I don't know why. It was day one. I wasn't tired at all.
It was pretty early in the morning. It was probably about, 8, 9 in the morning? And
It
for
was,
us,
yeah.
for
I
us
was
nerds,
feeling
that's-
good.
Might as well be 5.
Now
It's
this
kind of
scene
appeared
was,
there like a horror
interesting.
movie.
No, I
The
love
scene
this.
here
This
was
is like
shot,
shot alpha. This is the best shot ever.
Ew, that was,
The way
that was
done,
poo.
the way that was done was that was done in one take. The floor was covered entirely in kitchen roll because Doug's floor is stone and tile, and essentially, so it's not carpet. It won't soak in, so it was just covered in paper towel.
Was the coffee hot?
No, it was cold. It was cold. Someone said I should have gone, but I think that would have ruined the moment personally.
It would have, yeah.
Now,
But we did. That was a one take wonder moment. We had one cup, and I couldn't fuck it up.
From Captain Planet.
He doesn't even have the
Our
same
thing.
hero.
Yay!
What is this? Okay, yay.
So how did Mati even figure out that this was all happening?
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's Mati. He's otherworldly and mystical. He's like
I think-
Nightcrawler mixed with
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
He's like heart, you know. I think he has heart where we have none, and
Yeah.
that's the point. And then when he dies, we're like, I needed you all along.
Now, you wouldn't think it, but Bargo's actually very much a perfectionist when it comes to his takes. Have
He's
you
also a total space cadet, so.
Have you ever seen him operate? Like, have you ever seen him shoot footage? Like, even in the Friday video.
Oh yes.
I was there when he
Oh,
was
huh.
shooting his. I was there when he was shooting his Friday video, and he wants to nail it. You know, like he's like, you know, if he even like, he'll do it fine. Then
He
he'll be like,
wants to nail it all right.
he'd be like, you know what? I want to do it again, and he'll roll it. We must have done like 8 or 9 takes of that little rap breakdown at the end of Friday, and it was really awesome to watch because he's dedicated to the craft, man. You wouldn't think he's an actor, maybe, but he is.
He is the method man.
Is nothing something? It's everything.
Wow.
Doug's smile cannot be imitated.
Now, I never knew that the Nostalgia Critic, or at least Doug, or at least the Nostalgia Critic, was into Zelda all that much to the
I think
point where
he's not. Like that's sort of the point.
But he's familiar enough. But he's familiar enough with it to complain about it when he
Yeah.
finally like gives up and like he starts yelling at Zelda.
He
if-
did
if-
that one review that one time.
Yeah, he did do that one review that one time.
and if he's not into it, why did he have a costume?
Well, I mean,
Like,
like,
I'm not into the
you know,
Chronicles of Narnia. Why the fuck do I have an ass costume?
My Lord of the Rings phase was years ago.
I hate to point
By the
this
way, you
out,
can-
but I think Matthew was about to point it out. Orlando shots are a real problem in this because you can oftentimes see the cameraman reflected in its shades.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think
That's the
it's
problem with
camera
shooting
there.
with glass.
You can see Doug there. You can see Doug.
I had never noticed that actually.
That's honestly why I stopped using glasses in my reviews was because I was always getting glares from the lights in my computer.
Lindsay,
And-
you? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
Oh, I
That was
gonna
the
say
end of my
that-
interesting point.
No, I switched to using just frames.
Oh yeah, I had frames, but I lost them, and I was too cheap to buy new ones.
I need my glasses because I read from a teleprompter behind my camera, my laptop, and it's hard to read it from the distance without it.
I memorize my lines.
Oh, dear.
Are you fools?
It was
Wait,
nice.
wait.
I sent
You know what?
Doug
I
a couple
still-
of takes for this, and he used the funniest one. That made me feel really good.
I still haven't heard my quote-unquote Elvish translated correctly. Actually, I think someone sort of translated part of it, but I think they were an Urdu speaker and I was speaking Hindi, so I think I don't know. Should I
Okay,
spill the beans?
I need to explain the beard. Doug wanted me to have this beard for the entire thing. It's not a Sharpie, it's a makeup pen. The thing is, I was against it for 2 reasons. One, Richard Harris's beard is not black. And 2, because I knew I was going to be doing crossovers in the following days, and I was afraid that it would not come off correctly, so I'd have these black smears on my face when I'm trying to record crossovers.
That'd be funny.
So, Linkara, that's a kicky goatee you got there.
Because we all know that
So
Richard Harris
should
did
Lindsay
have
spill
a
the beans
bald
here?
head.
So, what is she really saying? I don't know.
Do you want me to say?
I gotta tell you, the first take of the first take of Benzai coming out and saying "Crom," he comes out, strikes his pose, looks off in the distance, and goes, "Come."
I think that was the take they ended up using too.
Can do.
Oh, and here's me. God damn it.
You poor man, you couldn't get the
specifically
fur out of
said-
your mouth.
That's got the biggest
here's
laugh
thing
in
about
my
that-
whole
Here's the
family.
thing about that freaking hood. The fur on that hood was not properly glued or sewed or however they got it on down there. So, like, fur would constantly get drafted into your sinuses and get into your mouth. It's one of the worst things I've ever worn. And also, I know this for a fact, but they cut a line out of this. There was this line that I said while I was still telling them to all shut up to basically say, listen, you must understand, it gets light before, dusk. I was trying to say something epic. And that whole sets up my whole running gag of me trying to say something epic, but it not working out. And I felt like cutting that out just kind of ruins the setup. So I say it only twice, but in the original takes of it, I did like 4 or 5 different, like, you must understand, critic, the light to enlightenment is dark, so you must do something.
You must embrace your darkness.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Phaelus
so...
Phaelus is just incredibleness. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Should have put on more of a baritone though, but still, that's great.
He's playing with this character that's like not the rock biter at all, but still very distinct.
This is a great costume, and Kaylin actually cut her hair for this, which I don't think she was happy about, but she did it.
The triangles are too short.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, her costume was possibly accidentally stolen or sort of taken by like the hotel.
She lost the
cleaning.
white part of it by the maids. They thought it was the sheets, and they took it with the laundry, so she had to leave the top half of her costume on the second day.
And she just made it out of a t-shirt or something, which it looked great, and I was super impressed that she pulled it off. I just felt so bad that it happened.
People were always complaining about her Japanese, and I really feel bad about for her about that, because honestly,
she works hard on it.
She worked hard on it. She was between takes. She was practicing it, and you know what? It doesn't matter. It really does not matter that she's not really speaking the real Japanese.
I was like, look at the lighting, and you're bitching about her Japanese. Come on.
It's such a shame.
Oh yes, it's Alan Quartermain from the Temple of Skulls.
I'm just surprised that you didn't mention, Kali Ma or like all the other fantasy elements of Indiana Jones as well. And Indiana Jones is fantasy.
Fun fact, the necklace I'm wearing, my Arwen Even Star necklace, is actually Kali.
Yeah.
The goddess Kali.
You'd think Indiana Jones would notice that.
Yeah, well, Indiana Jones doesn't really know much about Indian culture. If you've seen the movies, you probably know that.
Hey, Brad, where did you perfect that Harrison Ford impersonation? Because hot damn, man.
I could just do a Harrison Ford impression. Like it was when I was up for I think it was maybe the Leprechaun crossover, and Rob and I were just quoting Indiana Jones back and forth, which really we do all the time. Even during Kick-Assia. So I can do a really good Indiana Jones impression. And then when it came time for them to write this movie, I just simply got an email that said, Brad, we're writing the next movie. You're playing Indiana Jones. There will be no arguments.
It just works on so many levels. Almost
Going back a little while back to my entrance, that apparently it's about as British as being Turkish. You twat! That's an improvised line, and from what I hear, it's apparently one of Holly's favorite lines.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Oh, here it is.
Oh boy.
I really wish we had gotten you to do the magic dance while you were there.
You don't want to see the magic dance.
We're just we're already...
I was standing right behind that wall. Trust me, I was right there.
And I just love the fact that he's standing in front of a picture of a tall,
big
long,
tower.
girthful tower, just piercing the heavens with its mighty
I have
hand.
his ball, don't I? Yeah, I have the ball. Oh, I don't have the ball.
And Paul was actually going to have that part, and they were going to write me as Peter Pan. And then I talked to Paul, and I said, Paul, I've got David Bowie's, Jareth, coming up in one of my reviews, Labyrinth Review. Watch it for youcanplaythis.com. And it's going to be an established character. Can I please have it? He's kicking himself to this day that he let me ever have that.
He did great with Protheon, though. He really channeled that the Jeremy Irons Ham.
Referencing that gag there where people would just kind of yell at us from the side. There were a few people that watched us from the road, just kind of eating their popcorn and saying, "Oh, look at the hippies."
Oh, look at the
weirdos. There was people who actually sat down, had a picnic, and watched us film. It was quite surreal.
God, what's sadder, the people that are doing this or the people that are watching us doing this?
There was one car that was circling round.
I like how I start going off on Lord of the Rings quotes, which I researched, by the way, and he's like, "Shut up."
I wanted to like I'm kind of sad that no one really noticed that Justin, Jareth, and Arwen have kind of hooked up by the end. You know, like we were like you and I were like holding on to each other at that end, and then whenever Mati dies, we were like crying into each other's shoulders. I was like, yeah, we're like.
Well, one person got it. One person tweeted about it and asked if
really?
they should make a fanfic about it.
Look at Bensai back there. What's he doing?
When has anyone ever asked permission for fanfic?
Look at him.
Looks like Tubby was so.
Acting.
I'm still convinced he's playing Ator.
Half the fun of these specials is looking in the background to notice the subtle nuances in the performances when they think they're not on camera.
Oh, by the way, this entire field was so muddy when we were filming this. So when Bargo was shoved into the dirt, we said no, we probably shouldn't do that.
You did that on a different day.
So he had to.
It was really wet.
It was damp. It was.
Scorchy.
Let's ask a film right here. You live near the moors, don't you? How does this compare to the English moors?
How do you mean?
Beware the moors.
You're presuming that I live near English countryside.
You live closer than any of us.
Yeah, it's about the same. I mean, you all thought the weather was freezing. I couldn't.
Yeah. This was fucking cold. I
By
mean,
the way,
like,
no, this was normal for me.
Look at how we
well,
line up.
you were dressed as Conan the Barbarian. You know, you actually had normal clothes on.
If
Poor
you notice
Ben.
how we lined up and then the order in which we crossed the rage, it's nothing close.
And I've seen comments about that.
A lot of people pointed out that I totally screwed this up in the teaser, and the thing that the reason why I did that was I thought we were splitting off at that point, so I started moving off in the other direction.
I didn't even.
And as soon as I realized what we were doing, I immediately stepped over to the side.
Oh wait, like the
strut. Nice recovery, man.
Strut.
I forgot that goofy look. So when I first saw the T-shirt, I was like, "Did I really do that look?" But...
Okay, this shot coming up where I lose my hat, not staged, and where I come back and get it
imagine.
again.
I love Gandalf in jeans. Should be a website.
Funny story, when my parents first saw Handsome Tob as Willow, they laughed at it, but they'd never seen the movie Willow before. They thought he was dressed as Alison Hannigan from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Dark Willow.
The joke works on multiple levels.
Okay, we shot all of that stuff. Oh, are we still?
Yeah, we're still going.
Yeah, so we shot all that stuff and then the climax, I believe, on the same day.
Yeah, so that's true.
And it got muddier and muddier throughout.
Like walking through the gut into the cameraman's shadow.
All right, tune in for part 2.